So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this all changed out today. We will see how it goes. So after leaving Orlando, Florida, and we were on the road, I realized that there was some sort of a problem in the engine. There was fluid coming from somewhere, because after driving a certain distance and I would look back here, there would be fluid and liquid actually thrown up on my generator. And so I wasn't sure what the issue was, but I kind of narrowed it down to being coolant. We were out running errands or something. Got back here one day and I noticed a puddle underneath the bus. And so I opened up the back and I noticed that this reservoir, my coolant reservoir, was empty. So it got us here from Orlando to Pensacola, about 8-hour drive straight with no issues. It sat here for a couple days and then all of a sudden all the coolant decided to leak out. So I've narrowed it down again to the water pump. Ordered a new water pump from eBay, and before the storm came, I wanted to get it installed so that if we needed to move this bus and get out of here quickly, I could. There's a bit of an urgency here because Hurricane Michael is supposed to be here tomorrow, and I want to be able to, right now I can't move the bus because there's no coolant and all the coolant has leaked out. So I've got to replace this like now, so that if I need to move the bus, if the wind is really high here, I don't want to be under these oak trees. There's a lot of oak trees with big limbs. So this is a CTP water pump. And what we're going to do, Seth, is we're going to spray paint it.
Yes, spray paint it.
Yes. So I'm just painting this so that it matches the engine, when I install it. The first thing I'm going to do is release my belt tensioner, which is this thing here, and that way I can go ahead and start taking out taking off my water pump. Now, I've never done one of these before, and hopefully I don't have any mechanics out there freaking out on me like, oh my gosh, you did it completely wrong, because I might be doing it completely wrong. Great, so I'm grounded. After doing much looking into this, it looks like they sent me, either I ordered the wrong water pump or they sent me the wrong water pump. The water pumps look virtually identical, but there's 2 ports on the new one that are not on my original one. So this is the current one here. There's no hole there, and there's no outlet hole over here. But on the new one, there is right here and here.
New thing right here. Here it is. Painted. Look, that one's old and doesn't look very good.
So I called the company, talked to them, and they've sent me what I need, I hope. It just means that what they had to do is send us these things, which are a plug for those holes. So, yep, they sent us a few. So hopefully this will fix the problem. We'll have to see. There's actually a few things that are very difficult to get off of this. One is this thing right here. There's hardly any room for you to get a wrench in there. I'm kind of having to get it off just a little bit at a time. Oh, there.
From rust.
There it came off. Got it. So this is where my problem was coming from. This is the old one, and you can see this is actually loose. So I'm gonna have to take this off as well. All right.
So let's get to it.
All right, after much toil and frustration, we've got the new water pump in. Hopefully everything is good. Tightening the bolts up right now. So the water pump is installed. It's relatively straightforward repair. It's just kind of harder to get into this area, but it's all in, and I'm putting the antifreeze back in, and I'm probably gonna have to go to the store and get some more antifreeze because I think, you know, quite a bit leaked out. So yesterday I got the water pump all installed, and last night I went and I picked up some antifreeze at AutoZone. So that stuff's almost $18 a jug for that. I bought 3 jugs just because I want to make sure I had enough, and if I don't need a jug, I'll just take one back.
Good morning.
So this morning I'm going to go out, fill the reservoir up, and start the bus, make sure everything's working, make sure there's not any leaks.
Ashton needs to make his bed. Ashton, why didn't you make your bed?
I need to my stupid schools.
Yes. Doing this.
We're climbing trees today. There's one that we climbed over there. We're having fun. Built steps to get up.
Does this look safe? If only my parents knew the things I did while I was a kid. All right, I gotta get to work on this bus.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so this is my coolant reservoir. And as you can see, there's not much room between the ceiling of the engine compartment and the top of this thing. So it's kind of hard to get the coolant in here. Now, maybe they make some kind of a special type of funnel. I'm sure they probably do, but I don't have one. So I've just got to be very careful when I'm pouring the coolant in here that I don't spill it everywhere. All right, so here we go. Jug number 2. So I have a feeling I'm not gonna have enough. This is jug number 3. Well, I guess I have to go to AutoZone and get more. All right, well, let's go. So I'm taking my 2 little rugrats with me, Kira and Seth. Can you get your seatbelts on? You guys all buckled in? Ready to go? Yeah. All right. You know what? I don't have my wallet. Here, I'll run in and grab it.
Daddy forgot his wallet, so Dad's having to grab it. I forgot my money. And I forgot my brains on it.
All right, I got it. So since being here in Pensacola, Florida, my parents have allowed us to use their very nice 2002 Chevrolet Duramax diesel truck. A lot of people have asked us, well, do you tow a vehicle? And you know, at one point we did tow a vehicle. When we were on the road a lot, we found that we really didn't take the vehicle off the trailer. It just pretty much stayed there. So then we just had this, you know, extra long, we had our bus and then this 16-foot trailer along with it. We have found that when we're on the road, having a vehicle is really, there's not really much benefit to that. But we find when we are parked for long periods of time is when we would use a vehicle the most. Do you get a vehicle and, you know, tow it so that when you do stop for longer periods of time that you have a vehicle, or do you just do with what you have and not get a vehicle and just use the bus to drive around? What do you think?
I don't really know. I don't know. It's fun going somewhere.
Instead of going to AutoZone, I'm gonna go check at Walmart and see if they sell the same coolant, and if so, if it's any cheaper. I did look online, and online it's cheaper, quite a bit cheaper. Matter of fact, it was like 12 something as opposed to $18. When you're buying 6 jugs, which is what I'm gonna end up needing probably, that's a lot of money. All right, we are here. You guys ready to go in?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Where is it? Okay. So Walmart doesn't have it. This is where it would be if they did have it. So I just got off the phone with AutoZone, and I found out AutoZone will price match Walmart's online price. So that's what we're gonna do. So off to AutoZone we go. Okay, careful crossing the street here. Grab my hand. Get your seatbelts on. We also got a funnel that I'm hoping will make the job easier. All right, back to the bus. I hope that's all I have to buy. And they did price match it, where they normally sell them for $17.99. I was able to get them for $13.22, and we're back. I hope that these 3 more jugs are enough. Wow, so it took 2 more jugs and still not all the way up to the cold max. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start the bus and see what we got. See if maybe some of this will go down, and I'll need to use the 3rd jug I bought to top it off. This is bus life. So far, so good. So I'm gonna let that run for a while. What is this?
Just banana muffins I made. That's it.
Looks pretty good.